Hello, and welcome to How to Build Arm Strength for Jump Throughs and Arm Balances. My name is Todd McLaughlin. I'm here at Native Yoga Center in Juno Beach, Florida. Today, I want to break down a routine, take you through a practice routine that will help you to increase and build the coordination and strength that is necessary for a jump through. All right, so on that note, what we're going to do, I need you to have 2 yoga blocks and yoga mat, optional, but a wall you need. All right, we're going to do what's considered interval training. I'm going to do 5. I'm going to count to 5. We're going to hold each. I'm going to start you off with 3 different holding patterns, and we're going to work in sets of 3, and we're going to count to 5 in each of the reps. I'm going to start you off. We're going to go through the routine 2 times together, and then I'm going to show you some additional exercises you can add in to spice it up if you like. So the first motion and movement that we're going to practice is one of the key ingredients for the jump back or jump through. 2 blocks necessary. Put hands on blocks, legs crossed, feet on floor, and push down against blocks. Lift your hips in the air, lock out your elbows, and try to lift your collarbones up through your shoulders. And I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Short rest. Let's do it again. Push, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Okay, last one. Take a short break and then lean forward, push down. 1, lock your elbows. 2, lift your chest. 3, pull the belly in. 4, do a little rounding in your spine like a cat pose. 5, release, lower down. The second angle that we're going to work is a classic plank pose. Align your shoulders above your wrists and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch your knees down. Take a short break. We do it again. Align your shoulders above your wrist. Straight legs, relatively straight body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch your knees. Short break. We're going to do the third one. And again, straight body. 1, tighten your belly. 2, try to take the bend out of your knees. 3, protract your scapulas wide across your back. 4, align your shoulders above your wrist. 5, take a short break. Bring yourself close to the wall. And here we're going to work beginning version of a handstand. If this is inappropriate for you, downward dog. So down dog, this posture here, where you're holding balance on your arms. If you've gotten relatively good at holding a down dog, the next phase, you put your one foot on the wall, you take your other foot up on the wall, you try to align your hips above your hands, above your shoulders, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, short break. Do it again. One foot up, other foot up, balance with straight arms, hips above shoulders, above hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, short break. Let's do it again. One foot on wall, second foot on wall, straighten legs, keep arms stiff, hips above shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. All right, we did it. Let's do it again. Grab your blocks. We're just going to keep working around the clock like this. Each 3 simple exercises, 3 times each, 5 count each one. Ready? Begin. Push down, lift up. 1, 2, 3. You can even work a little bit of the work of your chest going up and down. 4 and 5. Release. Okay, short break. Second one. Here we go. 1. You can even work your elbows bending and straightening. 2. Little miniature 3 push-ups while you're holding. 4. Up with your shoulders above your hips. 5. Good. And on the third one, we're just going to hold static. Don't move. Steady. Push. Ready? Push down, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Good. All right. Plank pose. Shoulders above the wrists. Here we go. 1. If you want, you can work little push-ups, bending your elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5. Short break. Good. If you're having a hard time with this, keep your knees on the ground and hold. 1, 2, or straight body. 3, pull your belly. 4, nice and strong. 5. Short break. One more time. Hold, straight legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, come over to the wall. You can put the yoga mat underneath your hands. Same strategy again. What we're doing is we're changing the angle of the body in relationship with the shoulders and the arms. Now we're directly above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down 1 foot at a time. Take a break. Shake out your wrists. Do it again. 1 foot on the wall, other foot. Straighten knees, hips above hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Short little break. Last one. Hands on floor, feet on wall. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Super basic. Let me give you a little bit of the why do we want to work those 3. Now we can start to change all the angles. We could go toward 10 different angle shifts, because what we attempt to do when jumping is, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to first come up into a handstand and then come down slowly and try to pull the legs through. And hopefully I get it on the first try. If not, we'll give ourselves a couple tries. So don't try this yet. I want you to be safe and sound. But the main idea, I'm going to kick up, come into a handstand, cross my legs, slowly lower, and come into this position here. So what you can see is that the first position that we started with is this one, where we build enough strength to come up and get nice and high. The next position, I'll try to do it on the wall, but basically we're bringing the body more like this. So that's what the plank, the purpose of the plank. Now, that's why we held here. And then the first one that we started with, but you can work them in any order you like, is the one where we press down and build the strength here. So what you can see is that we're working the strength of the arm here, we're working the strength with the arm here, and we're working with the strength of the shoulder and arm here. So we just broke that into 3 angles of alignment. Now, what I was mentioning before, where we can build this up into multiple angles of alignment is we can start here. If we know we were here, we could cut that one in half and be somewhere like this. So now what you do is you start getting creative. So one way to try to put that into practice is, instead of here, I'm going to try to be more like this. So if you start off on your knees like you're going to do a plank, here is where we'd be with our plank. I'm going to walk my feet a little forward and practice holding out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So you can see all I did was just shifted the weight forward. So what happens is we're here, we have the ability to go here, we were here. Now, in relation to how can I go a little higher above plank without doing, you probably saw me do this like hip sag thing with the wall. I don't really recommend it. What I was trying to do is a plank. If you bring your feet a little higher than the height of your hips, you try to imitate a plank here. So this is one thing you can do, but that's a little more back bendy. You won't really be doing any back bendy stuff when you're doing the jump. It's going to be predominantly a state of flexion in the spine. So here, optional ingredient, I have a chair, have it pushed against the wall. That way the chair won't slip or slide. That is key. If you're working with a chair and you have a wood floor, make sure it's on your yoga mat. The chair can still topple. So please exercise caution if it's your first time doing this. I don't ever want to take for granted that you've done all this a million times before. Anytime you do something for the first time, go slow. hit the pause rewind button. If you have any questions, send them my way. But what we can do here with the chair is if I put my feet on the chair, I can now work my angle here. I can work my angle here. I can work my angle here. We can bring our toes a little more forward. We can work a little bit more the angle here. Now notice my shoulders are behind my wrist. My shoulders are above the wrist. My shoulders are in front of the wrist. So being able to transfer your weight in this direction back and forth is how we eventually from here kind of that was a little risky. I didn't plan that. So that is actually a good point. Let me bring up how to fall. If I start jumping, what is a good way to fall? Meaning a way that I can exit quickly without hurting myself. So that's a whole nother tutorial. Maybe I'll save that one for next Thursday. All right, and then another way that you can work this routine is, and I will address that issue here at the end of the video. I just don't want to get too sidetracked. All right, so another way we can go that I like to add into this one is removing the blocks and doing the lift without the blocks and doing a 1 foot in the air. And I'm going to do 1 foot in the air for 2.5 and 1 foot in the air for 2.5. So I lift up, 1, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, another way to work the challenge. You're in a plank, and now I'm just going to lift one leg. 1, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. So these are just the ways you can add layers of challenge without totally changing the scenario. The other one, if you have the proficiency to kick up on the wall, then what you'll do is go up. Now I'm not using that L shape, and you hold your handstand. 1, I have my feet on the wall. 2, trying to align the hips above the shoulders. 3, 4, when you come down, slowly, one leg first, touch, and come up. So that'd be 1. And then you go up again, you swing, didn't make it. So you practice again, you plant your hands, you use your leg, you swing up. You got to make sure you do not have any furniture on either side of the wall, because if you were to come down sideways, I don't recommend you trying this without the support with an accomplished instructor / handstand assistant. But oh yeah, how to fall. So typically, if you were attempting to do this out in the middle of the room, what you're going to do if you're in a handstand, you start to turn or flip, is you're going to take the pressure off one hand and you're going to turn sideways, or the other hand and turn sideways. So it'll be like this. You kick up, you start to fall, and you come to one side or the other. So the idea, if I start to go up, I'm falling. All I'm doing there really is just taking the pressure off one. You keep one arm stiff, and that way you'll go to the side, and you got to rotate. A little more than you bargained for on this tutorial. However, practice these moves a little bit every day. You start building some strength, and then arm balances and jump throughs feel a little more relatable. If you have a question, send it my way. info@nativeyogacenter.com, website, nativeyogacenter.com. Subscribe, like, comment, all the usual jazz. Have a great day. Namaste.